The other thing I'd like to do before I get started is just thank the Mobile Yogi. All of the examples I'll be showing here are coming directly from their live information about their application, Yogapedia and Post for that, which are two great applications. What I'm showing you right now is Runtime Intelligence, which is a product by Preemptive. This is their web service-based analytics solution where you can instrument your application and get a whole bunch of rich data back for you. And the data we're showing again is from the Mobile Yogi, so thank you, Sebastian, for sharing that with the crowd. One of the first things that they're able to show you is basically a general overview. This is where I go for my own Windows Phone page a couple times a week just to check on how things are going. I can see all of my unique users, how users are interacting with the system over time, whether I'm on an uptrend or a downtrend, am I getting people returning to my site. I'm able to get a nice overview of who my users are, namely what phones are they using, what versions of .NET are they using. And I can even get information like what country they're coming from, which might help me in terms of localization or other things that might be culture specific. I can start drilling down into this information and start seeing a list of all the features customers use. So what we're looking at here is a graphic and then also a tabular display of all the individual pages that are viewed inside the application. So I can see, as Gabe was talking about, are people really using that watermark feature? I'm also able to start collecting custom data. So maybe I want to find out which pose inside my yoga application is most popular, because maybe I want to put more ads on that page or something along those lines. Again, analytics is there to help provide that information. I can do comparisons. In this case, I'm comparing my Windows Phone version of the application versus the Android application. I can start seeing there's some pretty large spikes recently in Windows Phone. Maybe that has to do with the Nokia sales that have started to come out. I'm not really sure what that is quite yet, but that at least gives me the information. I can go investigate that kind of information. These are all just pivots of the data that Preemptive is collecting for us. And finally, of course, exceptions. We want to make all the errors actionable. Today, developers are completely blind to where those errors are. With Preemptive, I'm able to see not only that exceptions are happening, but how often, so I can prioritize those and figure out which ones do I really want to go attack and solve.
These are Android.
Yes, so yeah, some of these, very good point. These are all crashes on Android, so surprisingly, we're doing much, or maybe not surprisingly, if we invest a little more time in it. The Windows Phone ones are doing very, very well, but the Android ones are obviously causing crashes. So this is also works across a heterogeneous environment. So it's not just one application. It's not just your Windows Phone front end. You can have your back end showing information here. You can have your Java applications. Preemptive helps solve that across the board with one interface, one set of data. So there's one truth about what your customers are seeing.